The Big Bang Theory. Hey, everybody. I'm actually going to do something really a little bit of fun today. How many of you watch the TV show Big Bang Theory? Or what is your favorite TV show? Let me ask you, we're starting out that today because, I have made it since 2010 some of the most unique ways to bring up business growth, personal growth, entrepreneurial growth, idea searching has been such different places for creating content out there than I have ever seen anyone else do. So I always wanted to keep myself doing something different to help you find a neat way to learn. And over the years, I've seen a lot of people who, I have a lot of friends. I mean, I am a Christian, yes, all right. I have a lot of friends who are Christians who all share their biblical point of views. And in a world that kind of, when you say Bible, Christian, Jesus, it shuts them down. A lot of people don't want to hear it. Sometimes you have to find alternative ways to reach people, reach your audience with the message you have. So isn't Big Bang Theory fictional characters? Yes, it is. I don't know what that has to do with it, but interesting question. So anyway, so basically I find different places to go out there and find this information. How do I actually learn things in life? All right. And where can I learn them from? Because I can, they're always going to be a different way to learn. I could pull my Bible off the shelf over there and be just like 50 million other people who are trying to share personal growth ideas using the Bible. All right. Using the teachings of Jesus. When really some of the greatest teachings in the world are done from another way out there. All right. It's just different. And if you really want to grow as an online content creator, whether your business is plumbing, all right, or speaker or coach, kind of like we do, how about people live horrible TV lessons? Joe, I can come up with interesting ones like that. Trust me, buddy. Anyway. But I actually come up with this today, and I thought, man, because my wife and I watch a lot of Big Bang Theory, and I actually went through yesterday to see how many other people have done this idea, and I thought, I don't want to be like everybody else. See, I want to learn lessons that I learned from them and hopefully teach you something with them. So I'm going to make this video today, and I'm going to put it into a YouTube video. I'm going to put it on my blog because I think this is a very interesting way that we can find learnable things in life, even though maybe it's a philosophy we might not agree with. We've come up to, in America today, in the world today, to be a rebellious way. We learn from a different outside-the-box way than just the old-fashioned standard, well, this is the way it was. So I'm going to give you my seven, and I'm going to tell you how they started. I was making a cup of hot chocolate yesterday, and I was thinking about the hot beverage thing with Sheldon, and I thought, man, there's some lessons I got to learn from this. So I decided to go out and create my own 7 lessons, and here they are. Number 1. A hot beverage is always a great comfort. A hot beverage is always a great comfort. In life, all right, we find some of the simplest things that can help bring comfort to our lives. Too often we want to search for the most complex, weirdest, craziest idea when sometimes it's something so simple. All right? Not only for me, I'd create a hot beverage to make myself feel better. I love coffee. I love going to Starbucks, but a hot cocoa or a hot cider this time of year, oh my gosh, just so comforting to sit and drink a hot cup of tea around my house. Sit on my cold porch when it's cold in the morning and have a hot cup of tea. Oh my God, comforting. Let's take that to another level though. Second part is use the simple things you find in life to help others find comfort. Right there, boom. Enough about what Tim took, but what if Tim took the simple things that Tim did and I found information to help me grow and help you grow? What a concept. Take the idea out there, all right, and help to comfort others. It's that simple. That makes the world go round. You want to increase your audience? You want to increase your span out there? Use the simplistic, weird things you do and help create comfort. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is, I love this one here, all right, and I'm not picking on those people who have degrees because a lot of my friends do. You don't need a fancy doctorate degree or fancy master's degree, all right, to become become an astronaut, to become a rocket scientist. All right, think about that concept. All right, in the entire show of The Big Bang Theory, the person who went to outer space as an astronaut was the one guy who didn't have a doctorate. Everyone else has a doctorate into it but him. And he goes to outer space. Think about that. And I got 2 points on that one. So number one, believe in your dreams, no matter how far out of this world they are. Believe in them. You know, some people, they think that they've got to get more and more qualifications to get them, all right? No, that's number two. And there is don't let your qualifications, your age, your education, your experience, all right, whatever it is, don't let them hold you back, all right? When I see speakers out there, all right, you know what I mean, who have no arms and legs, and they're on nationwide stages. When I see kids out there who are 12, 13 years old, who are speaking on stages, what qualifies them to do it? Nothing. They just said, I'm going to go do it, and I do it. That's it. Don't let your qualifications or what class or whatever it is you're in, all right, hold you back from doing what you want to do. Go out there and do it. Don't think I need to have a doctorate degree. Don't think I need to have a master's degree. Don't think I need another education course. I need to get this one more qualification course to be this qualified speaker, coach, whatever it is. You don't need it. You have it already built inside. Find out a way to do it and go do it. So let's move on to number three. Number three, nothing beats grandma's cookies. Nothing. You know, one of the greatest things I can tell you guys that I wished I would have gotten was I searched for all the recipes to find recipes that were my grandmother's. When my brother Kenny gave me recipes that were my grandmother's, it just turned me on. Something about grandma's cooking that just gets it, all right? For me, it wasn't always cookies that grandma made. For me, my grandmother made these buckwheat pancakes that were out of this world to me. And my wife has done everything in the world to try to recreate them. Why? Because it brings a peace and calmness to me. Find it. Grandma's cooking. All right. You're never too old to eat at grandma's house. Never. You're never too old to eat at grandma's house. And you've got to create those little things for your generation. Think about that. Create those things for your generation. Too often, so many of us out there, we actually are trying to create one thing or another. We're not creating the right things. We need to go out and create, all right, for our generation, just like grandma created for us. You see, 30, 40, 50 years from now, your grandkids are going to want to have something that they can comfortably remember you by. Carry on those recipes you get from grandma. Carry on those things you get in your life. So that's one thing that was number three, nothing beats grandma's cooking. Number four, speaking of childhood, a childhood song is always the best medicine. A childhood song is always the best medicine. Think about it. I mean, on the show, all right, how many times do you hear the song? They do a song, it's called Soft Kitty, all right? And when Sheldon gets sick, he listens to the song. That song makes his world, okay? So too often, or I should say, you need to place faith in what you grew up with. You need to place faith in the things you grew up in. All right? Your parents went through all kinds of stuff, and they may not have done it perfect, and I'll get to that one in another step. All right? But your parents went through all kinds of stuff to try to make the world better for you. All right? Place some faith in that. Faith in that weird little stupid things. All right? Which brings me to my second point underneath this is do not always count on modern medicine to solve the problem. Sometimes it's an oldie but goodie method that is always the best. You know, sometimes we're always looking for the most modern medicine to solve a problem. Sometimes it's as old-fashioned as a song you've been sung as a kid. So that one there, number four, was a childhood song is always the best medicine. Number five, no matter how, this one here is going to touch a few people, and so I watch people will kind of shake off of this. Some will get this far and will leave, but I'm going to tell you right now, these last three are wing dingers, and you're going to wish you would have stayed. Number five, no matter how good you look or what you know, it won't give you confidence. No matter how good you look or what you know, it will not give you confidence. Big Bang Theory is greatest for that one there because, all right, no matter how good looking Penny, everybody thinks Penny is, she lacked confidence in a lot of areas. No matter how much Leonard knows, he's not confident. And I mean, let's face it, the guy's got a doctorate degree. I mean, they're just not confident, all right? And here's why. Number one, when we start comparing our lives to other people when we're out there trying to find confidence. And what we do when we do that is we compare our worst to their best. And whenever you compare yourself to someone else, that's all you're doing. You're comparing your worst to their best. It's not a fair fight. All right? You can't compare the best they did to your worst. It's never going to be fair. You're not comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples to bananas. It just doesn't work. So, which brings me to, you got to take and build confidence for yourself. Build it by yourself. Each one of us has something we're afraid of. So you've got to build the confidence in you some way, some form, whatnot. You only see me on this camera as the confident me. You don't see the guy who sits on that freaking couch over there, all right, on a bad day, frustrated because no one looked at his video. Frustrated because no one bought my course that day. Frustrated because I didn't make a $10 sale that day. Frustrated because my book isn't selling. You don't see it. I don't show that to you guys. I always show you the confidence. So some people come in here and go, oh, Tim, you're so confident. Yeah, but I have the moments on that very couch sitting right there crying and whining over why a book sales pitch didn't work. I do it all the time. I face it too. We all face it. We all have it. So again, no matter how good you look, no matter how much you know, it's not going to give you confidence. Number 6, love your mother even if she doesn't approve. Love your mother even if she doesn't approve. You see, I love this because, all right, you go look at this, all right. Every one of their mothers love them on that show. And every one of their mothers, all right, do something unique and loving, all right. But the biggest thing that got me was Leonard's mother. It always seems like he's trying to get his mother's approval. In a way, he had it. He just didn't see it, all right. And too often, I think that's what it is in life, all right. Your mom is not perfect, but she does love you. She may not show it, but she does love you. All right? Some of us are stuck into this mother love thing, all right, and we're stuck into it the wrong way. We don't realize what the love really is. And you got to do what you feel is best for you. Even if mom doesn't get it or dad doesn't get it. My mom didn't get what I did for a long time. She really didn't. She didn't get it. She didn't follow it. She kind of pushed away from it. Let's face it, my whole concept of a business was built over the fact of rebelling on something. That's got to be uneasy for my mother, all right? Eventually, she came around and seeing that the actual ideas that I share are very ideas that help people grow, even though they're not the biblical ideas. But they are. They're different ideas. So your mother and father aren't always going to approve. So, you know what I mean? You got to just do what you feel is right, and they'll come around eventually. Which takes me to number 7, our final one. And I think this one here should go very well in America today. And that is that the disputes that we have can be solved by either a roll of the Dungeons and Dragons dice or a game of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. Guys, the best thing I can tell you about this whole thing is we can't all get along. We're different. We're different. Do you get that? You're not me. I'm not you. We're different. We can't always get along. We're not going to always get along. And sometimes when we get so focused on the fact of why we're not getting along, maybe we need to go down to a simple, stupid game to understand the fact that we're not always going to get along. However, as long as we're in America that we have today, we have a country that is built on the fact that we can have different opinions and we can do things differently. And while the person who may not like me can do it their way, they have a way to be successful at it. And if all I want to do is fight with them and they want to fight with me, maybe we need to go back to some simple, stupid, weird, freaky games to solve the dispute. Like rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. I always got to get that sense. Maybe you need to go to a silly way to resolve the dispute if you think it's got to be that much of a dispute. These are just my simple 7 things, all right? I'm not saying these are, there's tons of people out there who have done this. 7 life lessons from Big Bang Theory, the TV show. And maybe you need to go out and find your own. This is what makes content creation online. Very easy and simple. You've got to come up with your own niche, your own way of reaching your audience. And you know what? The standard ways of doing it are not always going to work. Sometimes you got to come up with something that's different. So I took today to come out with you and talk to you about the 7 things that I learned, life lessons I learned from watching the Big Bang Theory TV show. I'll do a quick recap. Number 1, a hot beverage is always a great comfort. Number 2, you don't need a fancy degree to walk in outer space. Number 3, nothing beats grandma's cookies. Number 4, a childhood song is always the best medicine. Number 5, no matter how good you look or what you know, it won't give you confidence. Number 6, love your mother even if she doesn't approve. And number 7, disputes can be solved by a roll of the Dungeons and Dragons dice or a game of rock, paper, lizard, Spock. Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock. I always say that wrong. That, ladies and gentlemen, is my 7 life lessons learned from watching The Big Bang Theory. Hey, if you got something from this today, do me a favor, hit the share button. Tell everybody you thought, hey, man, this guy's weird, this guy's strange, but this is something you should maybe think about for a minute. And if it really, really intrigued you and you want to find out whether I'm going to do more of these, hit the subscribe button to have me on your feed every time I do one of them so you can get a notification that I'm doing it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if that interests you, make sure you're also following me here on Facebook, follow me on YouTube, as well as Instagram and on my actual page, timgillette.com or nottompetty.com. I'll catch you next time, guys. Until next time, it's Tim Gillette making funny things out. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.